Century 21 family in Spain and Portugal. My name is Gavin Hines. I'm a realtor with Century 21 Advantage here in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. For those of you who don't know me already, in 2019, I was the number one global agents by units sold. We sold 263 homes in 2019. 2018, we sold 289 homes. So it was an excellent last couple of years for us. I'm going to share a little bit with you today here about my marketplace, how we structure and how we go about our day-to-day business there. So I hope you enjoy what's coming. My marketplace here in Alberta, now unfortunately we are very heavily invested in the oil and gas industry. And as you may or may not be aware, that is an industry that is not doing very well these days. So, oil in Alberta the other day was selling for as low as $3 a barrel when it normally sells, upwards of $50, $60 plus on a day-to-day basis. So it's a very depressed marketplace we have right now. Our structure, how we like to operate here, is I am a sole agent. So it's hard to believe with that many units sold, it is just me. But I do have a wonderful support staff. So we have three assistants here at Century 21 Advantage that do everything for us. So they do listings for me, they do conveyancing, they do all of our data input. They really are the lifeblood of my business. So if you have an assistant, hug them every day. They are so important and so wonderful, and they really are a great help there. Now, how do I go about dealing with listings and buyers there? So my business is based on listings. So I generally work with sellers. Now, really, if we have a buyer lead that comes in, whether we've sold their home or a lead that comes in off one of our websites, social media, advertising, etc., what I do there is I refer those leads out to other agents in my office. And they pay me a referral fee between 25 and 35% of the commission that they attain. Now, what that does, that allows me more time to pay attention to the marketplace there. As I like to look at statistics of solds, listings, new, expireds. Every day, I like to make sure I'm aware of what the marketplace is doing. And it really helps us with our sellers there. So some of the things you can be doing with your sellers, weekly updates, every week where you send them a list of new inventory that comes up in that place, so you're constantly staying in contact with them. That's one of the most important things that I can really recommend to you is don't get a listing and forget about it. You need to be talking with that seller every week, providing them data of new listings, sold, expired, so that way they're aware from you of what's happening in that marketplace rather than having to go and look at it for themselves. I can't stress that enough for you there as well. Really, so what are some of the things with the COVID-19 situation? I know it's difficult for everyone in the world, but how do we as an industry, how do we cope with it and how do we advance ourselves? I found that Century 21 has offered some wonderful tools for us there, and I really hope you're using them. Century 21, for example, Century 21 Canada, pardon me, is hosting a 21-day webinar where they brought in world-class speakers to give us some information every day for roughly an hour during the week. And it is open, so I would suggest you check it out. It's on Facebook Live every weekday, as well as, I believe, YouTube afterwards. So feel free to go check those out there. But two of the speakers have really resonated with me. Jared James and Kathleen Black, they brought some wonderful information that I believe everyone should implement in this situation. One of the biggest ones to me is so simple, and we really should all be doing this, is that when this time is here, while we're all in quarantine and self-isolation, we should be contacting 3 to 5 people a day from our CRM. Those people, they already know you, they appreciate you, you've done a great job for them. Contact them and just ask them how they're doing. You don't need to talk about real estate. Just ask them how they're doing. If you can do anything for them, how you can go about your day-to-day lives, how they're going about their day-to-day lives, how their kids are doing, work is going, etc. That's a really, really nice thing to do. Another message that one of them had was sending out a text message, and it doesn't have to be about real estate again. It says, hi, it's Gavin Hines here. How are you? Is there anything I can do for you? I thought that was such an important and powerful message there. Is if someone was to send me that message, I would love to chat with them and see how things are going for them as well. So things that I would recommend you do right there as well. One of the more important ones that I've really thought of is be a leader in your community. If you're part of a charitable group, if your office donates to anything, try not to stop doing that. See if there's a way you can do it virtually. If there's a way to do a support system, maybe you can do something online. Our office has done a coloring contest for children, and they'll get some movie passes for the winner there. Another option is a virtual cookbook. You could do there as well. So you can ask people to submit their recipes, submit a photo of the finished product there as well. Probably the worse the better, really, right? So someone like me who can't cook for at all, it would be a real benefit to see there as well. Something to interact with your community, right? To generate that conversation. That's really what I like doing right there. And the last one, and this is one that I've really found that I want to improve on too, is to become a virtual agent. What I mean by that is start using Zoom, Google Meet, Google Hangouts, house parties, stuff like that. Those wonderful apps to connect face to face with your clients, to really interact with them right there. I think that's an excellent feature. Do virtual open houses. Utilize Matterport. Do everything you can to get people still looking at your listings, get interested in real estate. Those leads are there for you if you keep doing them. I really think if you can foster those relationships with your clients, it may not benefit you today in this global crisis, but if you can keep planting those seeds with those buyers, keep showing them, that you are doing something for them, when this crisis ends, it will pay itself off tenfold for you, because the rest of the competition, they're not going to be doing what you're doing. If you can contact with those people when the situation ends, boy, will they ever want to work with you. They will do everything for you. That's really all I have for you here right now. I've heard how wonderful and amazing your conference is, and I would love to come to one day. I wish you all the very best. I hope you have a wonderful, happy Easter. You're safe, you're healthy, you're indoors with your family and loved ones. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.